Guys, good evening. Straight out of Cape Town here, Motor Talk with Abdul. I'm your host tonight. My co-host is Byron Height. We have some really special guests for you guys tonight. Really, really special guests. Tonight we're going to get real insider information to performance solutions and drags. And just before we go on to that, I just want to thank everybody for following the last 13 episodes of us with Motor Talk, with Witzenberg Motor Talk. Fortunately, we have to expand our horizons, and our Motor Talk Witzenberg show has been moved to a Friday evening to 8 p.m. And your host there will be Patrick Vermaak, and co-host will be Byron Height. Reason being that we're going to keep the shows. The content is going to be different. So you're going to be they're going to be talking about Gymkhana and more so the rallying aspect and the history of the sports and stuff like that. And we're going to go out into what we call Motor Talk straight out of Cape Town. We are going to start doing many other forms of motorsport. Like tonight we had drags, last week we had drags. We're going to do a little bit of tuning, everything we can possibly think of. So you guys have got to sit tight for 2 slots in the week now. Some really interesting stuff coming up tonight. And I just want to say hello to my co-host, Byron. How are you, Byron? Thanks for being here tonight again.
Evening, Abdul. It's great to be here. How are you doing?
Lekker, Byron. And some exciting things happening.
I'm telling you, getting in the backstage area, there's so many guys here, and I'm so daunted, Abdul, because these guys, they look like they know what they're talking about, and I'm going to be relying a lot on comments tonight to sound intelligent, to sound like one of the guys. So I hope there's going to be a lot of commenters tonight, and also as well, some of us are going to learn quite a lot, I think.
Absolutely, that's what the show is about. We got to learn about all these things, get some insider information to know how the heads work. And there's some good news on the Gymkhana front. I can quite safely say that we are going to be having 6 events for 2021. Call it test sessions for now, and in February. So that's some good news I got today. I have still to confirm the actual dates, but it's there. It's been promised that we're going to get the date. So that's good. Heads up for Gymkhana there. So I'm going to introduce the guests one by one, 2 by 2. I don't know however they're going to do it. And we have a very special one of the viewers that has been following all 13 episodes of the show. We've got him on the show tonight. His name is Duan Brink. So I want to just ask Duan. Actually, we can do it right now. Just want to bring Duan up and say welcome to the live show. But I just want you to say just quickly, I told you earlier on, why have you been following the show for 13 episodes? What makes it so intriguing, and why are you following it?
Yeah, firstly, Abdul and then Byron, thanks for having me on the show. I would say the main reason is I've always been into cars, petrol head, if you want to call it. And the nice thing about your show is every week you've got different people on the show, and each of them brings a different flavor into motorsport. For instance, drag last week, you had Leon Engelbrecht, who's the current Gymkhana champ. You had Isak van Zyl, and all these type of guys who've been performers in their own right. So yeah, they bring different flavor into your show, and there's a lot of interesting aspects, like the drags. I've never really been a drag fundi, but after last week, it's interesting what the guys do, how they do it, and how their game plan works, if I can put it in that sense.
Brilliant. So thank you very much, Duan, for actually, for being there for us to tell us what you liked about the show. And we need more comments like that. You know, guys, put your comments up on the side there. Say why, what content you want to have in the show, that type of thing. So we can also give you what you want and not what we want. So thank you very much, Duan, for that. And you're going to sit back and relax the rest of the show because we have some really interesting guys. I want to say Assalamu alaikum and hello to Seraaj Rylands there, who is from Performance Solutions in Kensington. And he heads the team because he's the brains behind getting those cars to go 300 plus kilometers per hour. So, and he's developed a whole team around him of people's cars that he runs and maintains together with him, which is a brilliant idea. So they know how the cars work. So Assalamu alaikum, Seraaj, and welcome to our show tonight.
It's nice to be here. Nice to be here. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight.
Absolutely. Ons gaan sommer baie stroon praat en baie goeie stroon praat because there's a lot of people out there wanting to know how you get those Supras to go so fast. and how do you get those non-Supras to go so fast with the two JZs as well. So with Seraaj, I see Walid, who, by the way, Seraaj has got that silver grey Supra. Am I correct, Seraaj? The 2JZ with the 2JZ?
The silver one, yes.
The silver one. And then
Yes.
Walid has got the black one, if I'm not mistaken. And the red one you guys see in the background, that's your wife's, Walid.
That's correct.
Oh my word. Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the show, my brother. I want to have your wives on the show, one. It's even more interesting. Yeah, thanks for being on the show with us tonight. It's nice to have you guys here and just, to get a different perspective of motorsport. Like Byron said, we don't really know much about drags. All I know is you put your foot flat on the car, gets to 300 odd km per hour, and that's the most I know about drags. I didn't know about track bite and deep bite and deep bite, although I race, but a different aspect and different insights to motorsport. Next on the show, I have, I don't know, I'm just going to call him Sarki for now, Adrian. He's the guy that drives the Nissan S10, am I correct? Adrian Lakai.
510.
The S10, 510. Oh, yes. You can see my knowledge of Nissan is not very good, but anyhow, but it still goes very fast.
It's not the Nissan. Please don't mistake the Nissan. A Datsun in a Nissan. Don't mistake it.
Okay, yes. So it's a Datsun. Okay, cool. So welcome to the show, Adrian. And don't be nervous. Jy kan Afrikaans praat. Jy kan doen wat jy wil. Jy kan Khoisa ook praat, maakie saakie. So how are you, my brother? How are you today?
I'm quite fine today. This was a little
hot.
Yeah.
Why you sound so reserved tonight? Because normally at the drags, you're the one that got the biggest mouth, eh?
Yeah, look, ek moet my gedra, Seraaj.
He's very nervous tonight.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, Seraaj was so moet hom vir mekaar gedra. Okay.
He was putting behind the wheel, and then he's in the zone. Not a microphone, a wheel.
Absolutely.
Then he's like...
Absolutely.
We caught him out of his element tonight. He's out of his element tonight.
But you know what? Sometimes we all got to be out of our element to go forward, eh? And this is what it's about. We want to take motorsport to another level, so we got to do something different as well. And then we also have, I can't even remember. I know Herman. Is Herman still at the back there somewhere? Are we? Kyle, did we find Herman? Is he back? Is he on track there or? Herman is back. Can we?
Just check if you can hear. Check this.
Herman, kan jy vir ons hoor? Ja, lyk my hy sê turbo het geblaas.
Sign language.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mikey.
Okay, let me just go on to
mic issues with Herman, so I don't know what we're gonna do about that. I tried over the phone as well, but we have no luck. So
okay, well, we'll see. Maybe you can.
Why don't you phone in and put your phone on loudspeaker for that part, for the part of the session?
What do you say?
Phone him and put your phone on loudspeaker. Ask him to disconnect
from the studio. Okay, that's a good idea.
His phone.
Okay, we can try and do that. Okay. For now, let me just introduce you to Ismail as well, Borez. He drives the yellow submarine, also the Outta Corolla Boxy with a 2JZ. Assalamu alaikum, Ismail. Welcome to the show.
Walaikum salam.
Are you well, my brother?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Nice to have you on the show tonight, my brother. Like, really, we have all of you on the show. It's going to be a whole team effort here tonight. And nice to have you. And what amazes me is the fact that all these cars have 2JZs in. So it tells me a lot about Toyota engines. Yeah, what can I say? And who else is Brian there somewhere as well? Did he log on already, Kyle? Is this Mr. Brian with a Mazda RX-7 or am I right? RX-7 with a 2JZ?
Yeah.
Hello, Brian. Good evening. Welcome to the show. I just want to know, how come you're the only name that's spelled with a small B and not a big B?
They say I got the slowest car of the lot.
The slowest car of the lot? I don't know. I don't tune the car. You must ask your tuner there, eh? What's happening? Okay.
Yeah,
so let us just, you know what?
Abdul, sorry, just to say over there, I think what happens is the faster the guy, the smaller the letters in his name, eh?
Okay, yes, you're right.
Okay, that can work.
Oh, Tola, yes. Where's my main man, Tola? You know why we forgot about Tola? He's the only guy that got a Ford engine in his Escort. That's the only reason why he's there.
Nah, just kidding, man.
Assalamualaikum to you, my brother. Alhamdulillah, man. Nice to have you on the show again. What an honor to have you here. I mean, it was unbelievable last week. You know what happened last week? We had an overflow of people. We couldn't contend with all the comments. Okay, I'm gonna kick off with Seraaj. See that he's the tuner, the common thread for everything. So, Seraaj, tell us a little bit about more how you started and where do you get to build up a team of people like this?
Started a long time ago. Actually, myself, Tola, and Khatim Abrams, we started working together. I started working them at New Break and Clutch many years ago.
Khatim,
if you're around people like that and the late Mr. Note and everybody was racing. So we grew up in that game. Then I was introduced to a dyno, Paul Cascade, a dyno. We started tuning, upping the game, and that's how you just went up in the ladders. And it's been a long road now, 15, 16 years. So, yeah, you meet a lot of people on the way. The game has changed a lot in the last 15 years. It's actually, the guys out there are building nice stuff.
Absolutely.
Quality is better. And I think the tuner side of the game it's becoming less because they're building the cars nice. So we're almost at the point where we actually just steal the glory. The customers are building good cars.
Well, but you're kind of part of the process because you've not done what people do in the old days where the guys build the cars, the tuners keep all the secrets to themselves and nobody knows what's happening. And I
don't work on people's cars for them. You can ask all my guys, I do it with them. So
absolutely.
And know the cars inside out. It's a learning curve for everybody.
Absolutely. And I guess that's the difference between building a good team and not a good team. Is because and that's why you commanded so much respect in the tuning community. So currently you run a shop called Performance Solutions, am I correct, in Kensington?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So in Maitland, sorry, in Maitland,
humble beginnings, we keep it simple, but like I say, it's not a tuning shop per se, it's more a support structure we've got about 15 well-oiled machines running out there, which we maintain with the customer, and we're looking after them. We're growing together.
So I don't see on your list that you have a Gymkhana car that you can tune, but do you also tune cars that got side drafts on, or just the cars with management systems?
No. We do side drafts. We do quite a bit of rally cars as well.
Okay.
So we're prepared to do anything as long as the customer has got the patience to do it our way. That's fine.
Okay. So that's a good thing to know because people, when you talk about tuning, you only think about management systems. But I know side drafts. I mean, I come from the old school. My cars, I don't think I ever drove a car with management systems. I mean, all my cars had side drafts on. Well, maybe now the new one might have a management system on, but that's what it's about, tuning. So, okay, right next to you we have Walid. Walid, so you drive this very fast Supra, the black one. Tell us about this car, please. How did you get into it? This car's mega fast. I mean, 300 plus k's an hour. I mean, really, just tell us more about where you started, how you got into racing, how you got this car to go so damn fast.
Okay, just before we go on there, how did I get into this car? The problem starts with this guy here next to me. So,
I blame him too.
He basically handed me his key one day, and me and my son took it for a ride, the silver car. Right. And then after that day, there was big problems because I had a City Golf that time with 16 valve engine in, but now we're suddenly waiting for boost to arrive. So I think that silver car just killed the Golf. And we're doing Gymkhanas, drags, and all those stuff. And where I met Seraaj, like also early 90s, when we started out at Wingfield, but we really started to click after 2005.
Yeah.
When I went with the City Golf up to Johannesburg to a certain event, and I was struggling with the side drafts. And then him and Tola, actually, they both came to help me. And we tuned the car and we got the car going. And from then, we just started developing a good relationship. And now we're sitting with a Supra, we're sitting with two Supras. We developed it, and we got the black car to go. in a straight line. We didn't expect it to do as well, but once we got the slight sniff of it, and from there we just keep on developing it.
Brilliant. Okay, so just quickly, we're going to ask Kyle in the background to show us a snippet of that Black Supra. Kyle, you can go into that video of the Black Supra. Okay, so that is your car, Walid, am I right?
That's correct.
Oh my word. What's it? What is it? A 2JZ, I assume?
Yeah, a 2JZ with the engine mounted onto a turbo.
Okay. Okay, with the engine mounted onto the turbo. That means you got a multi turbo in that thing. Tell us more about the car, the setup of the car, the tires that you run, the kilowatts, the car, the torque, that's the type of stuff people are. How do you get the car to be so? What is a standard Supra push out? A normal standard Supra with a 2JZ?
A stock Supra comes governed to 210 kilowatts. There's a gentleman's agreement, 280 horsepower, they come governed.
Right,
obviously, that's the first thing you take off when you get it.
Yeah.
And then we push them up to about 500-600 horsepower in stock form. Just single turbo and stock engine. And then the drag bites and it's bigger and bigger and more, and you never end.
Oh my word. Okay, we can talk all night about this, but I have to get into the next guest. Byron, I think what's important, if you can introduce the rest of the guests, asking about their cars and stuff, I'm going to run away to go and pray for all the racing guys, since all the money they spend on their cars. I see Tola's gone to pray as well. I'm going to go pray as well. When myself and Tola comes back, then Seraaj and Walid can maybe run away and Ishmael off. I think get Ishmael on the show now. Let him talk about his car a bit, and then we'll chat to you guys and I'll come back. We can go pray for all you guys' sins.
Well, whilst we, of course, move on then, of course, Ishmael, like Abdul was saying, tell us about your car, tell us about your journey in motorsport, how it started, and so on. It would be very interesting to hear.
Hi, good evening. I'm Ishmael. It all started out with the buckies that time. We raced with the buckies, ended up with a yellow car. I'm only the driver and maintain the car and stuff like that. Seraaj actually looks after the car. He puts a lot of effort into the car. Then it's a stock standard today. The divide cylinder head, inch diff and stuff like that. Nothing in the car.
So pretty standard.
Sorry?
So pretty standard, not too flashy.
No, nothing amazing in the car.
Except the driver, of course.
And
very special.
I'm the kindergarten in the whole group. I'm the kindergarten one. I'm trying to leave this off.
So go all the way back. When did it? So how many years have you been doing this? And the interest in it, of course, as well. We all have that moment where we have the bug that bites.
I'm 16 years old already. I started racing. I started with a Bakkie, a Toyota Hilux.
The Bakkie, yeah. So Toyota, it's a Hilux?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With side drops and stuff.
Beautiful. And that's not I wouldn't call that a typical point. And now this isn't drag racing we're talking about.
Yeah, you should on the road.
That's quite interesting. A Hilux in a drag race. That's actually very, very different because usually it's an off-road vehicle. But then how do you take an off-road vehicle like that and condition it for drag racing?
Oh, in Grossi Park, it's a Hilux thing. Everyone drives the Hilux.
Yes.
So that's the thing with Hilux.
Well, moving on then quickly as well, I see Adrian as well. We talked about Mr. Datsun earlier on, and I'd like to hear a bit from him as well, his journey in motorsport, Adrian Lekay, and his talk about Datsuns.
Yeah. Yeah.
So long ago.
Yeah, I started more or less the same time as Ismail Borez. We used to drag together with he with his Hilux and me with my Nissan 1-tonner Bakkie. both started out with side rafts. And from there it grew to a triple S, and from the triple S it grew into more 160Z, and then a GTR Skyline, and then into another bucky, a 1500 bucky as well. But the whole thing started with on the streets.
All right, but so just take me through it. I always see this in main circuit racing, and there's a lot of guys who race Datsuns. Now, Datsun, of course, the original Datsun went defunct in 1983, but they're still very popular. What makes them so popular? And is it from a setup point of view? Is it an easy setup car? Is it a car that, of course, parts are readily available for? What makes the Datsun so popular? Triple S's and so on.
For parts, you're not going to get parts for a Datsun, no way. No way you're going to get parts for a Datsun. So if you get one standing on the side of the road, you're going to have to buy it, man, because you're not going to get parts, no way. Suspension-wise, for the rear suspension is set up very, very good, because it's got the independent rear suspension at the back on the 510s, and it works good for me.
And I think just also then going as well, I'm just going to move on to Brian as well. I know we're having a bit of connection problems too. Brian, tell me about your journey in motorsport, your start in motorsport, and the involvement side of things. How many years you've been involved?
Oh, I used to go back that time to the drags with my father. He used to drive the Orange Capri Big Brother. And
I think we could just have. I think we may be just having a little bit of a connection problem. I see there is a bit of noise. Let me just check. I see Abdul is coming back to us now. Abdul, you back?
Can you just finish up, Baron? Go on. Where did you stop?
No. I'm just trying to think, because is Brian still with us? Because he was freezing a little bit.
He must be out somewhere. I don't know where he is, but it must be in Canada.
Oh, yes, Brian. Okay, sorry. Just continuing, of course, your journey in motorsport and how it started. You said it started in drags as well. You went to the drags, and what are you doing now? In what are you driving?
yeah, so we started that time as to what my daddy when he was doing drag with the pre Ford V6 Interceptor kit nitros, and then I came along. I started driving. Cars got too slow. We built a Celica Super with a 2J in, and then after that we just decided, you know what, come, let's just go and build a proper car. And then we built the Mazda, the RX-7 with a 2J in.
Yes.
And we also fitted a Jay-Z in the Orange Capri. That's still in the garage. It hasn't come out yet. We're still waiting for an event for that.
So you're saying you're running the Mazda RX-7 with the 2J motor in it. So you're running a normal reciprocating engine in the RX-7. Am I correct in saying yes? You said that.
No. There's a 2JZ in the RX-7.
Yes. Okay. Just tell me more about that.
Okay, Baron, I think he's a bit closing there.
I think it's a little bit of connection problem.
Okay, have you spoken to Ishmael online already?
I spoke earlier on, yes, to Ishmael.
And then who haven't you spoken to? Herman, I believe, got a new computer with a bigger turbo.
Is Herman with us? I know he's nicely illuminated by the light, but is he with us?
Ja, Herman, kan je voor ons horen? Herman?
Hoe kan je gewoon horen?
Ja, kan je horen, maar kan je me horen? Wat gaan je aan? Kyle? Herman is on another laptop, so maybe you can just can we hear him in the background there?
No, his audio is not working for some reason, and it's not. It's still from the same connection. He tried putting in a headset as well.
No. He's got another laptop apparently.
So then he must just email that link to himself again on the other laptop, and then just join in from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Byron, just take over this from me. I'm going to try and get out of Herman and tell him just start on the other. Just go back in, Herman. In other words, what you do is you take yourself out and start again. That's what I'm trying to say with a new laptop. Verstaan je, Herman?
Right.
I heard all right now, which means I can hear him.
It's still not working.
Really?
Okay. Let's get Seraaj around so.
Seraaj, you need to go for it quickly.
Okay, who's around and we can talk about these two JZs. Let me start with Walid. I can see Walid there. Walid, let's start with you. Each and every car that we have spoken about here has got a 2JZ in. So what is so amazing about these engines?
Well, I think the aspect of the engine is we've seen people started playing around with him. I think early on in the 2000s already, and in stock form, this engine was not supposed to produce some serious figures.
Right.
And it was basically something that was like unbreakable. I mean, if tuned right and stuff like that. So it was a common engine to run to if you're looking for quick power in stock form. And that's what made it so very popular. It came in the market very cheaply. You can you could have get them for like about $9.5 grand. And I mean, if you look at what they're going for now,
exactly.
It's like
there's a demand for those engines now. There's a huge demand for those engines.
There's a huge demand for it, especially because of the fact that they're able to produce power as quickly by just slapping on a bigger turbo and taking it from there.
Yeah, that's quite amazing. Okay, so let's go down to Adrian. You got the same motor in his car, right? 2JZ. Right. Adrian.
No.
Oh no, my friend. It's all about the Datsun.
Okay, so what do you got in that car? Tell us a little about your Datsun there.
No, my friend. My Datsun has the SR20.
Okay, right.
DET, not a JZ. Please, my
Okay.
friend. Please don't confuse the Datsun with the Nissan.
Now we just checking if you're awake. We're just checking if you're awake. Okay, so you got the SR20 motor, which comes out of the SX.
Yes, the S14.
Okay.
The Nissan
So what-
S14, yes.
Is it a 2-liter turbocharged motor?
Amen, my friend.
Hello?
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you,
Can you
but
still hear me, my friend?
yeah, so tell us a little bit about that engine, please.
Yeah, SR20 DET,
Yeah.
pistons, rocks, little bit of cams, and a little bit of performance solution in it.
Okay. So what is the capacity of that engine of yours?
It's a 2-liter.
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 Okay, and
Not
what
the-
kind of power would you
Yes,
push
not-
out?
We're pushing about 350 kilowatt baby boost. We're not going like as big as the 2JZ guys,
Yeah,
but we can, like I say, if you want to run with the big dogs, don't push like a pup.
absolutely.
Good way of putting it.
So you're running a 300 kilowatts out of a 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. It's a lot.
Like I say, I'm the baby in the group.
Yeah, well,
But Dynamite comes in small packages.
exactly. You're the baby, but the baby is damn fast. Okay, so
Like I said, thanks to Performance Solution. I'm there.
Yeah, so, okay, so I see Seraaj is back there. So let me just get to Ishmael. So Tola's also back. Herman, kan jy vir ons hoor? Herman? Kan jy vir ons hoor, Herman? Can you hear us, Herman? Hey.
Unfortunately, I think Herman is probably on his 5th computer by now. Can't hear us still, unfortunately.
His mic is not working. Okay, Carl, maybe you must look for a clip of Herman's car, the white boxy, that very fast one, and then we can maybe just play it just in honor of Herman, because I mean this man is far away. He's come on the show and we can't even hear him. So maybe just look for a video there. Let me know when it's on. We can just play the video. Okay, coming back to, I see Ishmael and Tola's back. Okay, Tola, coming back to you. I know that Ford Escort with that Moosey Big Turbo, with the new look Escort. So we heard a lot about your car last week. Tell us a little bit more about. So you guys some of you do top end runs and some of you do the drags at Killarney. Am I correct?
That's correct. Yeah, super mostly doing the top end, and some of us did the 800 meters at Saldanha as well.
Okay, so 800 meters is 800 meters, obviously. So the top end, how long is the distance?
Okay, from 800 meters stance, from a stance, then they trap you on 800 meters, and there's about another 400 meters of stopping distance.
Okay, so at 800 meters, so your car doesn't go on 800 meters, obviously. You got it on the quarter mile.
Yeah, the car is built for quarter mile. As I said, with this setup, it hasn't been on the track yet. I did some 800 meter runs as well at Saldanha.
Okay.
So we clocked a traction there is a problem with that because it's not really set up for the top end runs, and it's a bit scary. The little is top.
Yes.
The fastest there was 248, I think.
Okay, so with your black car, you kind of run out of, number one, it's not designed for that speed, and you kind of run out of legs because you're only doing the quarter mile basically. You want to get your maximum speed at the quarter mile, I would assume.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, cool. So now just talk to us a little bit about the different classes. Just a few of the classes at the drags, and just because we're not very familiar with the classes at the drags. What classes are there?
Okay, the classes will vary around the country. The basic classes are your 4-cylinder normal aspirated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only the front wheel drive and the rear wheel drive cars are in the same class. It's aspirated, and then 4-cylinder boosted, which is added to it's front wheel drive and rear wheel drive in one class as well. Whereas upcountry they distinguish between front wheel drive and rear wheel drive in all the classes. So you'll get front wheel drive aspirated, 4-cylinder aspirated rear wheel drive, then 4-cylinder boosted front wheel drive, 4-cylinder boosted rear wheel drive, and so it carries over the 6 cylinders and the 8 cylinders as well. And then you get the open cabin, which most of the, so to say, drag cars, so the car that is stripped out, that has election windows, no interior, stuff like that, they fall into the open class. There's also 2 classes, the aspirated class and the boosted class. So that's more or less the class.
Okay, so just what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get Carl to play you said they got the video of the white Datsun. I'm going to call Herman and I'm going to put him on loudspeaker because I don't think it's fair. We can't get hold of this, okay? So in the meantime, Carl, can you just play the one of the white Datsun, please, while I get Herman on the call?
Another computer is
Nee, dat is hier de white Datsun. Dat is wat te wijden. so with you. I have some Nee, zolang ze zijn namen inbrengen.
Okay, guys, I think the problem with Herman is the connection, because even if I call him, the connection, I can't actually hear him. Okay, so I kind of think it's the actual Wi-Fi signal or whatever he's got there. Okay, so you guys saw the white Datsun there. That is Adrian's Datsun. So let's go on to Ishmael. Ishmael, yellow submarine 2JZ. Right, another boxy. Is it a 2-door, 4-door?
It's a 4-door car.
4-door, but it's a full. Obviously, is it a top-end car or quarter-mile?
Quarter-mile.
Quarter-mile. Tell us more about the car. How you started the racing? What made you get into it? You know, all these little things. Start from the beginning.
It was that influenced the person with the stool disease to get away from the side rods and stuff. The car was bought, and from there on, Seraaj did everything.
Okay.
Anything that had to be done on the car, he said, I'm actually the guinea pig.
When you say the guinea pig, what do you mean?
Expendable.
So
They try anything on me.
Well, but that's also, in a way, it's also good because they can't charge you for trying stuff on you. And if it works big time, right?
Everything did work so far. Everything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, did you build this car from scratch? Or what did you guys do?
No, the car was bought out of Joburg. But
Okay.
the owners fixed it, and we rebuilt it into other body.
Okay, so how did you get this 2JZ into the boxy? I mean, did you cut the firewall away? What did you guys do?
Yeah, the firewall was cut and pushed the bit to the back.
You what?
The firewall was cut.
Uh-huh. Okay, and what gearbox you running in that thing?
It's a D4D gearbox, Toyota Bucky.
Hilux gearbox.
Yeah,
Okay,
with a
yeah. With what difference in that thing?
9-inch.
Okay, 9-inch from which car? From a Ford?
From Ford, yes, the old Fords.
Oh my word!
but it's strong
Tola,
at least. Old Ford.
Tola, wat kan ons sê, Tola? Wat kan ons sê, Tola? Ek wil nie, I was making guy of the 2JZ, but that's all got a Ford diff in his boxy, my bro. I mean, like really now. I mean, I got no more words anymore. Ek gaan maar net sê, Byron, can you take over, please? I don't know what to say anymore. Like, I mean, it's like.
I you know what? I'm actually loving the comment section here tonight, actually, Abdul, because there's so many coming through, so many different names. I got Adnan Ati Daniels over here that says, "Nog that's 80, nog that's in 510." And of course, there's a problem with the language we're speaking as well. Because Khalib Taste is praat Afrikaans.
Wat kan Afrikaans praat, jong?
There we go. But I see as well over here, I'm just going a little bit further down. Simply Shuds has been making a comment a few times this evening. He's had a bit of a problem with my terminology this evening as well. But I hope he's Googled some of this stuff because I'm a Google baby, you see. I gotta look stuff up and I say fancy things to say sound smart. So Ashraf Ali says, yeah, AD, did you get your refund back from the Saldanha drags? I think we need to know more about this.
Okay, who's Ashraf talking to? But who's AD? Adrian.
Adrian Lakai.
Okay, Adrian, talk us what is he talking about here? Why is he asking about the refund? Let me hear about this here.
Yeah. So guys, we paid money in February for the lockdown for March month's event, and the event never happened. So they said they're gonna keep our money for the December event, And
Yeah.
this December the event didn't happen. So I asked him, guys, what's happening with my money? No, we're keeping your money for the next event. He just says you're keeping your money for the next event. So I eventually should give my money back, and they never did. So what's kyk maar nog? We will see when the event eventually happens.
So when is the next event?
It eventually happens. Yes, so after COVID, we'll probably.
Okay, I actually think that the guys that organize the Saldana drags and the government is in cahoots. They don't want to give your money back to you, Adina.
But they don't know my money pulls in.
Your money what?
2000 rand wat hulle my skuld, nie meer 1000 rand nie.
Oh yeah, the interest, no?
My money pulls interest die.
Okay,
Ja,
Brian.
Ek wil niks hoor. Hulle gaan my nou phone agter. After this event, they're gonna call me.
Maybe they actually did refund your money into your wife's account. You never know, eh?
Oh.
Never, ever.
I don't want
Ask the guys around us here. If I want my money, I'll get it. Believe it.
Okay, I must tell you guys a funny story, man. When I was
If I want
racing,
my money, I will get it.
Okay. So I must tell you guys a funny story. So when I started racing saloon cars years ago, so we built this Toyota engine. That time it was the 3T and the 2T. Maybe Seraaj can remember them, and Tola and them. The older guys will know what I'm talking about. So I had a 2T B block, which was originally a 1600 block, and we put in we ordered pistons from overseas. So we ordered massive if I remember, it was Waseco pistons. So that time in the 90s, I think those pistons costed like 12 grand for the set. So this we put it into a Toyota 2TB block, which is going to kind of make it a 2.1 capacity. But I almost can't tell my wife the stuff cost 12,000 rand. So we don't say anything. We build the car, everything. 2 years later, my wife, for some reason, I don't know why she came to the track. I don't know who invited her to the racetrack. And she got talking to my mechanic, who we call him Boetie. And Boetie's a funny guy like Adrian. And he told my wife, yesterday, go, your coach geld gebruik vir die piston. She said, what do you mean? I said, yeah, man, my piston was 12 days in the run. Yo, bruh, I got an ultimatum that day. Either racing or us. I was very tempted to say the racing, but okay, yeah, we sorted it out. So no more pistons from America, none of this stuff, unless everybody knows what's happening there. So, okay, Brian, you have this interesting RX-7 with a 2JZ. So the motor is in the front, am I correct? The RX-7, the normal conventional motor.
The motor's in the front.
Okay. So why did you choose the RX-7 body with a 2JZ motor? That's quite interesting combination there.
Look, I had a 2JZ in my previous car, and the car was just too heavy and all of that stuff. And then I saw this RX-7 on Gumtree, and then I bought the car, and we just fitted the motor over.
I saw that the car's grey. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that car. I came to drags one day, and I saw that car. That car is frick fast. So I mean, it was like really. I think it was just when the car was built. I saw that car. It was like really quick, really quick. So because the car was lighter, the car was quicker. Am I correct? Compared to the Supra or the Celica that you had?
Yeah, the Celica that I had. Yeah.
Okay, and you found the combination works lekker with the RX-7 and the 2JZ.
Yeah.
Okay.
At that time, I also had a BM gearbox in the car.
Okay.
We broke a couple of them. So we have a aluminum box in now.
Okay, a Chev. Well, you didn't break that yet.
No, the car wasn't out yet with a gearbox in it.
Okay, why didn't you just in the meantime get a D4D gearbox anyway? Toyota.
No. If I put D4D next to the car, then the box break.
So when is it gonna be the first outing with a new box, an aluminum box in?
We're looking at end of Feb, I think, is P.
Oh, okay. Is there no drags at Killarney for now? What's happening at Killarney?
No, not that I know of.
Nothing yet. Okay, and what diff you're running in the RX-7?
Yeah, diff.
Ford 9-inch.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Tola, you one up on us now, my brother.
Increasing
Okay.
somewhere.
But they come with the twice the engine hit no maar. Then you just with the see. So okay, I
Yeah,
take
that's
my
the-
word. I take my
That's
word
the
back,
problem
Tola.
with the other doves.
Look, I won't say anything. For years,
You know what?
Mondo ran with a Toyota Supra 5-speed gearbox. So you have my Mondo.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build me a car with it. I'm gonna build me a car with a Toyota engine, a Chev Lumina box, and a Ford Dove. That car will be bulletproof, my bro. I just don't know which body. Let me just think. Yeah, well, maybe put it in a Tez or something. I don't know. Like maybe the Tez rear-wheel drive or something like that. Herman is terug.
Abdul, sorry to disturb. I have Herman on the line here, so if you want to chat with him, he'll come through my audio.
Okay, Herman, all the way there from Outta, and welcome to Cape Town.
Via satellite.
Thank you.
No, jy het een van die vinnigste karre wat ek van gehoor het. Daai wit boksie met die 2JZ met die wiele wat so wyd soos my hele risikar is. So praat 'n bietjie van hy how did you get into motor racing?
Man, ek het verskyn so in 88 daar rond. Toe net uit skool uit is dit begin dragry en so aan.
88. So dit was voor Barend gebore gewees het.
I was 2 over there. I was 2 years old. There we go.
Oh, what?
I was just a little shorter than I am now.
Okay, so wat het jy in 1988? Wat het jy gered? I mean, how did the bug bite? Why did you get into? Was it drag initially, or was it stock cars, or what was it?
Ja, so hy het daai street racing maar met 'n Golf GTI, maar as jy super kort langs die verstop het, jy bonnet ook koppelike gemaak wat van dit die kar.
Okay, so with the Golf GTI, then when did you build this Corolla? When did you decide to build this Corolla?
Sê gou weer.
Wanneer het jy besluit om die Corolla te bou?
Corona
Ek het nie gebou nie, ek het hom gekoop van Johannes begaf, maar toe ons saamlik begin verander aan hom en ja, ek hou maar net in 'n Corolla, dis maar.
Okay, so hy moet ook die 2JZ in en seker ook met die watter box is daai nou? Die Lumina box met 'n Ford Dove.
Ja, dan so Ford Dove en maar as ek is 'n Liberty HF box in hom.
'n Watter box?
Liberty HF.
Oh, Tola, what car is that thing from?
No, that's not what it's called. It's a drag specific box. Right? There's Liberty transmissions that hold it. It's a fully sequential box. So he's one that has the A-shift option on it. So it's just pulling the lever, you just push the button to get up and to get down.
Yo, dat moest lekker, jong. Okay, so that car, yeah, that's magic. Yeah. Okay, so that car, you told me that car did was it 8.6 at Scribante at Port Elizabeth?
Dis reg, ja.
Ja, is baie vinnig. You just start and you finish.
Sê gou weer.
Dit was baie vinnig want jy in 8.6 sekondes in 'n quarter mile. Dit is baie vinnig. Ek meen jy weet jy is weggetrek aan die klaar al.
Dis tough vinnig.
Okay, Seraaj, I want you to talk a bit about the engine. This is the engine. You guys kind of besides now the Datsun man with his 2-liter his 4-cylinder turbocharged engine, all the other guys are running inline 6s, 2JZs. And besides Tola, okay, he's got another also inline 6, but Bara motor, no? So the inline 6s seem to be quite popular. And tell us a little about okay, specifically the two JZs. What do you guys, when you tune it, when you say you're tuning the cars, what are you actually doing?
Look, the straight sixes, it's a smooth motor. On the dyno, you're matching cam timing, turbo size, you're matching fueling timing for each specific car. So, you'll have different power bands for different uses. You guys are daily, you concentrate on lower boost levels, but obviously the drag cars, you're pushing it over the limits, but the rewards are worth it. So we just aim to give it power where we need it and keep it safe.
Okay.
So that's why you need to be, do it with the customer. You get to a point where you're going to tell him, look here, it's safe here. It won't break there, but it's a gray area we're venturing into now, and we're going to go more and more and more. As long as the rewards is there and the driver, the customer knows where we're at, then it's fine. We're going to go.
So, Seraaj, I mean, the motor is one thing, right? The tuning is one thing. But power to weight is also very important, am I correct?
Yeah, everything. Power to weight, shock, suspension, especially with Herman's car. With Herman coming on board, we actually learned quite a bit because he concentrates a lot on corner weights and shocks and everything. So he brought another aspect to where we could, put it to use on the other cars. So the whole team effort, we're all pulling advice and from each other, his strength is setting it up. So we'll try that on Tola's car or Brian's car. We're all helping each other.
So if power to weight is so important, if each of these guys that are driving these cars just lost 20 Ks, not the car weight, but their weight, it will also make a difference, would it?
Definitely. I think overall, if you get to a certain point, it's cheaper to lose weight than to add horsepower.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, because my background is actually sports science. So when you're busy tuning their cars on the dyno, I'm going to come to your workshop and we're going to do a little bit of exercise, maybe run around the workshop.
Cardio.
Cardio. So while you're getting the car tuned, we're going to get their bodies tuned and they'll definitely go another couple of maybe a second quicker. And I'm not going to charge for that. But we just going to video.
We are racing since we're teenagers. I mean, I was racing like a roller out of high school already. And we all grew up, Dore had a bucky that time, I had the Corolla, Tola had the Esco. And yeah, we took quite a bit of weight on since then.
No, I'm just teasing you guys. I'm just teasing. So Seraaj, talking about let's talk about the gearbox ratios first. Right? That's the one ratio that's important, but also the diff ratio. So if you're doing the quarter miles, right? So how would the ratios work on the gearboxes if you're doing the quarter miles?
Look, you need shorter, lighter gears, but you also need to look at the engine's power band.
Okay.
So we at 2J, we can rev much higher than the Barra, so we can go with a shorter gear on the 2J. But you can't kill it with heavy ratios. It won't work on the drags. You need to get that match perfect.
Okay, that's on the quarter mile.
Yeah. For the top end guys with the supers, we actually don't care about weight because we're racing against a clock. We're not worried about time. And obviously our car's heavier, it's more stable. So it's a totally different ball game if you're pushing for 1K.
Okay. That's very interesting. So maybe going to Walid. If I look at the drags that I know, besides Indiana when we grew up and Wingfield, besides that, currently at Killarney they have the MSA drags, am I correct? With the full-on race. Sorry, no, you do top end drives, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, let me just go to the top end. Sorry, I'll ask one of the other guys that I said Killarney. There's a top end you guys do at Saldanha, am I correct?
Yeah, Saldanha and Joburg, yeah. Mostly up in Joburg I was.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's totally different to the drags.
Okay, so tell us how it works. Are they different classes? Are they different? How often do you guys do it? That type of thing.
Yeah, look, when it comes to the top end, we don't worry about the classes. We'll go four-wheel drive up against rear-wheel drive. The end game is what number are we going to get at the end of that line, and that's what we
The highest speed,
yeah.
800 meters. Okay.
Exactly, that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think when you sent me the resume, you said, was it 300 and, I don't know, 300 and something?
328 to be exact, plus something like that, yeah.
And
so that is from standing, from standstill over 1 kilometer, that's 1,000 meters, yeah.
In 1,000 meters, your car reached 323 kilometers.
Yeah.
That was in 5th gear.
Yep, that's correct.
And you got a 5-speed gearbox.
6-speed, still got a gear left.
You still got a gear. And where was the revs in 5th gear at that speed?
We were around about just 8 going to change over. So
you were going to change over at 8,000 revs to 6th gear, and you were only at 323 kilometers per hour.
Yeah, that's correct.
I don't even want to think what would have happened. Okay, if you can estimate, if you went to 8,000 revs in 6th gear, what speed would you have been driving?
Well, look, I'm not going to say, but one night me and Seraaj was out on the road.
Don't say where.
Yeah, we went way over that. We put it into 6th gear, and then the car is coming on so fast in front of me. I just see Seraaj hitting on the dashboard. Hey, take down a little bit here. So, yeah.
We saw 342.
Yeah, I think we saw, 342, 343 about, yeah.
Oh, my word. Oh, my word. In a car that was built in the, when was it Supra built? In the
1996, yeah.
90s.
Now, think about this. That car is 20-odd years, 24 years old. And you're doing 342 kilometers per hour. Unbelievable.
It's still one of the last proper Toyotas ever built, so it's fine.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely. Well, I'm not too sure if you say that because there's new Toyota Yaris, the Gazoo Racing Yaris. This 3-cylinder turbocharged is quite an impressive little car. But it's not going to get to 200 and 342 kilometers per hour. I don't think so. Anyhow. Okay.
Abdul,
let's move on. Yeah.
Sorry, Abdul. Still, Abdul, you know, engines nowadays, they're getting smaller with turbochargers on them, and they're getting more impressive every single time.
True.
It's amazing what now is happening nowadays and everything like that. And okay, I'm still for the old school stuff like that, but really, what can be done?
Very interesting. It's going to be an interesting time period, even with electric vehicles coming through now as well. Okay, so moving on to. Where's Adrian gone to? Okay. He's gone somewhere. Okay, let's go to Ishmael. Carl, you've got a video you wanted to play for us just now, which I completely forgot about, the yellow boxy. Okay, let's go to the yellow box. Yeah. Oh, my word. That's my aunt. My aunt has got a car like this. Amazing. Amazing.
Think I've just looked at it. Okay, ID sa phone ito parang.
Is ID op je phone?
Sa phone ito parang. No, see.
So that was at Scribanti, am I correct?
Yes.
Ishmael? Scribanti.
Yeah, that was Scribanti.
Yeah, I remember we used to race enduros. It's a beautiful track. I mean, you guys only do the drags, but the actual track is a brilliant track. Very tight, very, very tight, but a very technical track. I remember we did a couple of enduros there. But anyhow, Ishmael, that box, is it a road car?
Sorry?
Is that yellow box here a road car?
Yeah. Got seat, all the stuff, everything installed.
Oh my word! So you mean that car you drive around like Cape Town?
You drive it in the roads, but it sounds too loud.
Oh, okay. You obviously just changed the back tires and yeah. Oh, okay. But just a quick there's a quick update from Ashraf Ali. He says Adrian is gone to phone the guys from Saldana for his refund. Oh my word.
Yes,
Oh, my
so
word. Okay, so Ishmael, the yellow car of yours. So 2JZ D4D gearbox.
Yeah, that's right.
Duff also Ford.
Ford also 9-inch.
Oh, word. Okay, it's like a good combination here. And your car is set up for the quarter mile. Am I correct?
Quarter mile only, yes.
Okay, gear ratios on the car. What's the weight of that car? The whole weight of that car?
It's about 900 kilos.
The car's quite light. I mean, 900 kilos is like. I mean, my race car used to weigh about. The other one, the one that I was in Clubman's, was like 750. And that's what the car. I took everything out of the car, so that's quite light if you think about it. For a boxy, it's quite light at 800 kilos.
Yeah, we didn't put so much body filler on it.
That's true. That's true. And you got a roll cage in that car?
Yeah, there is a roll cage in it. 2 bucket seats in front and the rear seat still.
And the rear seats. Okay. So you can still take your lighties to school like very quickly.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, so this car, did you guys build the car from scratch or did you buy the car?
No, it was built from other body was knocked. So Applied Performance rebuilt the whole car over for me.
Oh my word. And it's interesting, it's a road car. I didn't know. I thought it was a complete drag car. Okay, so kilowatts in that car, more or less?
540, something like that, and almost 900 torque.
Oh my word. I'm going to tell you a funny joke then. That car pushed out 5 times more power than my 1300 Tesla racing Gymkhana. Can you believe it? 5 times more power. Yo, hectic. Okay, so
that's what the standard sub.
That's what the what?
A stock standard sub.
Stock standard sub. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna come to Seraaj next time around. We will talk about the other subs on the other subs that you guys have on this car. And what management system are you running?
Seraaj them call it a carburetor. It's a dictator.
Oh, okay. I was wondering now how do you run a 2JZ with carburetors? I was thinking now. So why isn't a dictator well? Isn't it isn't it a good management system? Why do they call it a carburetor?
That's because I'm in kindergarten. That's why they call that.
Ek het nie woorde vir julle manne nie. Sê maar niks nie.
Dis wat hulle vir my sê. Ek doen maar wat die jongens sê.
Oh my word. Adrian, you must unmute your mic because we can't hear you. Okay, and there's a comment that came through. Herman, jy moet smile. Ek weet nie wie, I don't even know who it is that said that. Okay, Byron, are you going to handle some of the comments or are you going to go on for some more questions with maybe Tola and Brian and Adrian?
I was actually just going to read some of the comments over here. We had Bevan Peterson all evening. And for those of you who want to run stripes, weight. Stripes equals weight. Extra stuff on there, always strip them off, eh? So then we go to a TP, a DZ, 80, come, we put a 2JZ in my 521 at the back there. And, yeah, but he says it's not a Datsun anymore if you do that, eh? That's okay. What, let me see over here. I love these comments tonight. I'm going to have a restful sleep tonight, I'll tell you that much. There we go. Stanley Bangani put 2JZ in a 521 is not a Datsun anymore. We're crossing the line a little bit. And then what happens is simply said, tell him about the Titan sub you got by Waleed.
Yeah, I'm waiting on delivery from Mr. Basidi. So that they can move to grade R.
Okay, Byron, I want to go to Tola's next in line there. We finished Walid and Ishmael and Tola. Okay, so Tola, what management system are you running?
Halaltic.
Oh, Haltic. Okay. So Haltic, yeah. So that car, it's so Haltic means the car has been circumcised, right? So you you got a shorter exhaust pipe at the back. I understand that. That's not a problem. You know that. Okay, so you a Killarney guy, quarter mile. Tell us about. Okay, I did ask you about the classes earlier on, right? But specifically with this new engine that you have, in which class do you go in now?
Okay, I'm racing in an open class, so I'll stay in that class.
Oh, okay.
So on the 8 valve before, I was racing up against the 2Js, up against the V8 because it's the open class. So I'll remain.
So you remain in that class, and who else is in that class with you? I know Herman should be in that class as well.
Herman is in that class with me. Suspect with the Lumina, the green Lumina.
Yeah, I know that car.
V8 turbo, he's in that class. Will be quite a few other guys in that class.
Quite a few guys.
Yeah,
does Herman Manka still drive that green Chev?
Yeah.
Okay, who does the car belong to?
To Shaheen.
So he doesn't drive his own car?
No, he doesn't drive it.
Oh, okay, maybe it's too fast. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't drive it because it's too fast as well. It's very fast. I don't know. Okay,
some guys say no, the lunatic would rather drive it.
Yeah, I know Herman Manka. I know him from Clubman's. I mean, if he goes, I know. I mean, he does GTR Challenge as well. He's a crazy man. He's a nice guy. He's a good tuner, but he's a crazy. Okay, I know him from yeah. Okay, so when is your guys' next outing, Tola?
I believe the first drag starts in March at Killarney only.
Okay.
In PE starting the end of February, so we most likely go down for that one.
Gonna go up to PE. So what's the chances? Okay, I don't think your car will ever be able to go onto a Gymkhana circuit. It's impossible, kind of. But maybe you must build another little rear-wheel drive Escort there with maybe a smaller engine, like maybe a Beams motor or something. But nice to have like a rear-wheel drive Escort come to the Gymkhanas for the change. With liquor, or maybe I don't know. It'll be something to think about, right?
No, look, I'll be honest. When I had the RS 2000, we used to do a street car challenge at Killarney, and that consisted of doing this Gymkhana session with a drag session. We used to accumulate points in either, and that counted to the championship at the end of the year. No, I enjoyed the Gymkhana. I won't deny that.
Do you still have the RS 2000?
Yes, I still have it.
And it still drives?
No, it's not driving at the moment. The drag car takes all the money. That's why every year I'm start on that RS 2000 this year, and it just never happens.
Okay, well, maybe we're gonna, don't just maybe give it another, to put like a normal engine in there. Maybe we can come have some fun at the Gymkhana one day. Okay, Carl, do you have Carl wants to play a video of the Black Supra quickly, so we're gonna hand over to Carl to show us a video of the Black Supra. This is now Walid's car. Yo. So I assume this run was at Aldana.
No, that's on ODI. That's ODI and Joburg.
Oh, okay. Yo, this is hectic.
One quick question: why is there no sound with the video clips?
I don't know. They said they put the silence on the Supras. Carl, Is there no sound of the videos?
There's sound. There was sound.
Oh, we couldn't hear the sound.
No, we don't hear the sound.
I'll check now what the issue is.
Okay, we'll go to the next video maybe. Okay, so where did we finish off? I finished Tola, finished Adrian. Okay, we just go to Brian again. Brian, what management system do you run on that RX-7 of yours?
I have a Haltech on there now.
Okay,
I started off with Dictator.
Okay.
And then we changed to Haltech.
Okay, so is there a big difference between the Haltech and the Dictator? Can you do more things on there?
A lot of more things you can do on the Haltech.
Okay. So do you see a difference in your car's performance when you swapped over from Dictator to Haltech?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So okay, I want to just Carl, are we gonna get Herman back on your speakerphone or what?
He's been here the whole time. You just need to speak to him.
Yeah, to Herman.
Yeah, Herman.
Hello, Herman. Herman is still there. Okay, cool. Boxy Corolla 2JZ, right? Die baie goed wiele agter. You busy building a Datsun, a white Datsun, is it Datsun or a Nissan now? But mark by words.
It's a Nissan.
It's a Nissan. I'm just
It's a
checking.
Nissan.
Okay. So it's
I'd
a
like
white
to see what's
Nissan.
behind Adrian over there. Maybe give us a good view of his cars in the background over there. Just a nice view.
Yeah, that's Sarki there. That Sarki was part of the family, I believe.
Yeah. She's not here at the moment. She's standing in the garage.
Oh, my word. Oh, okay. But come back to Herman quickly. Herman, so you busy building the white Nissan Bucky. Tell us a little bit about that white Nissan Bucky. Why are you building the Nissan Bucky and you have a Corolla? Is it a different setup, an engine, faster, quicker, obviously lighter? But what is the idea of building the new monster?
Hello. Just repeat the question to him, or I think he got that. Abdul, you there? Okay, it seems you got
frozen time.
I don't know what happened to Abdul. Byron, you want to take over?
Well, as we wait probably for Abdul to come back, I just want to go back to Adrian quickly. Adrian, is there any way you could show us the background over there? I want to see behind your head. I'm sorry I'm saying it like that, but I want to see.
Which one?
Oh, there we go. Look at those. There we go. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. And on the other side over there as well, you're nice. So tell us about those two. Oh, nice. Hope everybody is getting this on the view. There's some beautiful, neat, immaculate cars. I can tell you that much. Eye candy. That's what we're talking about.
What is
160 GX Coupe?
160 GX Coupe.
GX
Yo,
Coupe.
yes.
That costs from the 80s as well.
Yeah.
Amen. Who's here? Once you go black, you never go back.
Amazing car. Did you restore that? Did you restore that car as well?
Yes, I did. Actually, this car also had a 2JZ.
Oh.
And I took out the 2JZ and we put in the SR, and we're having much more fun.
I agree with you because lighter on petrol. That's the only reason why you put in the SR. Yeah.
Yeah. SR we can play every day, a whole day.
True. It's a beautiful little car that, and a comment came through saying that who was it? He says he sees some rust on the car. I don't know what it is.
Oh no rust.
And
no stripes too.
No stripes. Oh, okay. Okay.
No stripes.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the paint to sit.
Okay.
And then tell me about the other one over there as well on our right hand side, your left hand side.
That one.
Want to have a nice view. Yes.
Yeah, that is a Datsun 521 Bucky pickup.
It's the the same. When was that thing
Nope.
made? When was that thing born?
1972.
Close to your birth.
72.
70. Yes.
Oh my word! I was 7 years old.
Yeah. But it's probably made in the back seat, on the back of a bakkie or so.
Possibly, at that time there were no double cabs. So
Yeah.
what can I say? Okay, Kyle has got a video. Kyle, bring it up for us, Kyle, with the sound. We want to hear that sound of the video.
Why are you shifting the third so early? Really getting into it right now. Yeah, let's give it up for Uncle Ben there, guys. Round of applause for Uncle Ben. What a run. Honestly, absolutely phenomenal effort there by both those guys. Left-hand lane. Oh, boy. Issues with the left-hand lane there. But again, round of applause for Sean, who's third riders on the bike.
Oh. Who's that guy there with the white cap?
292.6 on the 800. I've got the 1K results here. You want to know what the 1K results were? You really want to know? How bad are you going to know? Huh? Tell me how much you're going to love me after this. 323 Ks in Africa. Fantastic. That's certainly a personal best by a mile. I believe that now makes.
Hey, Walid, who is that guy with the white cap, man? He said 323 Ks there, man. Hey, I wonder who's from Joburg, eh?
Yeah, no, we said to make sure we send him the EFT well in advance for him to read that figures.
I don't know. You guys are as honest as you get them, so there's no foul play there, should I say? Okay, so Seraaj, let's talk a little bit about the actual management system. Some guys have dictators, some guys have Haltecs. So Haltec, where is that come from? Australia?
Yeah, Haltec comes from Australia.
Okay.
Look, Herman's car, we're swapping to Haltec now. We went 8.6 with the dictator. And the only reason we swapped, we needed some more feedback to work with, to manage the car properly. It was becoming difficult. So we're swapping it. And of course, we're building a bakkie, which should be faster. So everything is just being replicated there and taken a step further. Hopefully, in the next 2 months, the bakkie should be up and running. We're hoping to take it down to Skrabante, I think, in March month.
Sure. So the bakkie is also going to have a 2JZ in?
Yeah, 2J, bigger turbo, bigger engine.
Smaller body.
Smaller body, bigger wheels.
Yo, hectic. So if you did an 8.6 with a Corolla, what are you looking at?
No, we should go. We should go low 8s, high 7s. That's what we're aiming for.
Yo. So yeah, I know on the we had a saying in saloon cars, 1 second cost you 10 grand. That was in the old days. I don't know now with the drags. 1 second could cost you 200 grand. How much?
30.
30. Oh,
yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, so like the dictators, they've really been doing the job for us. But if you want a final tweak on the day, you need the boost per gear and all of those fancy things, then you need to swap over to something better.
You know what intrigued me here, and Byron can maybe help me out here, is there's so many aspects that you have to actually contend with in a drag car. And if you talk to people about drag, they say, they just start and they go put their foot flat down and they come to the end. But there's so many different variables. I mean, traction is a big thing. I saw on that black car, well, he is gone now. But I see he was kind of short shifting in the beginning. Why? Because of the traction? Or what is the reason for that?
Yes, it was one of our runs where that was actually just a shakedown there. So we had no idea what we're dealing with in Joburg. That's why I try to be everywhere with the guys, because on the day the track is always different. And that's where it helps when you get feedback and logging, you're tuning the car for the track.
Okay. So the Haltech compared to Dictator is better because it gives you more information. Am I correct? More feedback on what the car does and when it
Yeah,
you can
more
tune it better.
feedback.
Sharply
Like,
better.
yeah. Like I say,
So
we
does it
went
cost?
8.6. Sorry.
Yeah, you went 8.6 with the Dictator on the white
now
car.
on the Corolla, but because I need more feedback, I need more data to tune the car better. We needed to swap now.
Okay, and 8.6 is 8.6 is a good time. So I mean, and is there a big difference in the price between the Haltech and the Dictator?
Yeah, look, it's a big price. We don't really. Yeah, you can't compare the price, but the results is much safer.
Yeah,
Looks after your car.
we're not going to ask Tola why he's laughing because I know why he's laughing. Because I kind of have an idea on the difference in the price between the two there. We're going to ask, Kyle said he's got the red Supra on the dyno, hopefully with sound, Kyle. Let me hear, brother. I'll hear it go on the dyno with the sound. Oh my word. I just can't believe that 3294 is going to be driven by a woman. Oh my word. Is that the car that your wife's going to drive, Wally?
Yes.
Oh my word. Ek sê maar niks nie.
Daily.
A daily?
It's a daily.
It worries.
Do you have children?
It's a daily, yeah. It's on pump fuel. And it's doing about 320 or 330 on 0.7 bar boost.
Oh my word. So if I come at a robot and I see a red Supra with that number plate, I'm not even going to bother. I'm going to say bye-bye. Okay, Byron, you got some questions there, Byron. Let me hear.
I got a question. I got from TPDZ. I hope I'm saying it right. I didn't know it was TPDZ. But if someone wanted a PS2 JZ build, what estimate are we looking at, including management? Let's say a client wants to go 300 on the 1K. So maybe we can ask around.
I think it's per kilometer. 300 to 300K.
But he's going to have to take me out for supper and we can discuss it there.
I think for the 300, he wants to go 300, he needs to spend 300K.
Okay, so it's per kilometer, like you said.
Yeah.
Okay, that's quite interesting. I'm glad I do Gymkhana.
we actually had an important guy of the team join the session, but just Mr. Boris didn't give him intro.
Oh my word!
A right-hand man.
Ismail, who is sitting next to you or left? Who on your right side? By your onbeskof, die man, ek kan me gesê, dit is iemand nie. Who do we have there on the with you, Ismail?
Said Saira, he's the right-hand man.
Okay, who is the right-hand man of the team? So Shahid, welcome to the show. I'm glad you could make it. So what do you do on the team? Let me hear.
He's the Brian man.
The Brian man.
The mascot.
The track bike guy.
Track bike guy.
Yeah.
Well, that's very important because you won't be able to do those times if he wasn't there.
Yeah. They wouldn't be eating on in PE or on Saldana.
Exactly.
I'm not worth.
Exactly.
No, but yeah.
So tell me about this track bike. This is a contentious issue. It's, I always see the people holding the stuff on the tar there. When you speak to some people, they tell you it costs 14,000 rand for track bike for per liter. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it is. What is track bike?
It's just a how can I say?
As Coke.
Yes, Coke in a clear bottle. No, it's just for the tires to get more grip at launch time. So, so it gives the car more grip, the tires more grip on the line from pull away, yeah. Especially with the high revs.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a glue.
It's like a glue, yeah.
Okay, so this track bike, I see the guys spin their tires to warm up the rubber, obviously, right? I understand that. So then you put the track bike down.
Yeah. Then we put the track bike down. That is just to get the stickiness onto the tire.
Okay,
because after that you're gonna stage. After that you're staging.
Okay, so Brian, tell us a little about this track bite story. I mean, you can all chip in about track bite. I mean, I don't even know. Can you drink the stuff?
No, you can't drink it. If you drink it, you can't go to the toilet.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
At least you won't get corona.
Yeah. I think you'll use it. I think you'll use the track bite in the D4D gearbox. That's why the thing don't break.
So Brian, this track bite, right? Now, so is it if you don't use track bite? Have you ever driven without? Have you guys ever driven without using track bite? What happens?
Yeah. Some cars I prefer not to use it, especially at the track. Sometimes if there's a lot of guys using track bite,
right,
and they're putting down too much on the start line.
Okay.
Then you'll see we don't use track bite on like the last half of the day or so because there's a lot of track bite down. We never use it on Herman's car, but we always use it on Ismail's car. We always use it on Brian's car. So from car to car differs on the setup. And also, if a lot of guys are putting down track bite, they sometimes put too much down. Then we struggle on the line.
Okay, so you got to find the correct ratio as well. You got to know, you got to. Okay, so here's a question for everybody. We're going to start with Seraaj and go right around to all of you. So, tire pressures. What kind of tires and tire pressures? That's important because I know from Gymkhana it's very important. Even from track racing, I know it's extremely important.
Look, that's also from car to car. It differs.
Okay, so let's talk about on top end runs. What tires do you guys run?
On top ends, we go for the R888s or even the ET Streets. But we'll run it harder than what you do on a quarter mile, obviously. But we won't go with such a high profile on a top end car. Just in case we get a blow up on high speed, then it won't be so dangerous.
Okay, so you want it's road tires, am I right? Or is it semi-slicks or is it slicks?
It is street legal, but I try not to put a too high profile on a top-end car.
Okay.
Because on the drag cars, we need it for traction, but if you're going top-end and you have a blowout with a tire like that, it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, so the tires that you ran, say on Walid's car, on that top-end run that we saw, right? So what is is it a 17-inch rim, or 18-inch rim, or 19-inch?
That was a 275 50-15. That was Mickey Thompson's we drove with.
Oh, so Mickey Thompson is it also street legal?
That particular tire was a street legal one.
Okay, because Mickey Thompson it's quite an expensive tire, but I mean it's got wonderful traction or wonderful grip, should I say?
Amen.
Okay, I'm on the right track here.
Yes. Amen. It's got very good traction, even in the street.
Okay, who am I talking to? Who's talking now?
Adrian.
Okay, Adrian, your car, tires and tire pressures. Let us hear. Tell us a little bit about that.
If we go drag on the street, which we can't do anymore.
Which you don't do, you're more responsible now, yeah, I know.
Yeah. And there we ride a bar pressure, but we go on the track, we put less pressure in it because we warming the tire more on the track. So if you put the car on the 8 bar and you warm it up, after you warm it up, the tire pressure increases. So it's more or less a bar. So the pressure is right for pull away.
Okay, so and this is a road tire.
Road tires.
Okay.
Street legal. Street legal.
Those are the rear tires, I assume, right?
That's correct.
Did you run a narrower front tire for the drags?
No, I know. I run a normal street tire in front.
Okay. It's quite interesting because I run on my Gymkhana car, which I have 13-inch slicks on the front. I run 0.8 bar, right? But on the back, I have semis because I want the cars to be slightly loose for the handbrake. I run 2.8 bars on the back. But that's a semi-slick at the back and a full slick in the front. So it's quite interesting talking about tire pressures here. Let's go to Tola. Same question. Tire pressures, type of tire.
Okay. I initially started off with a semi-slick.
Right.
And then as power the car increased, we went to full slicks. We started off on the M&H. And then at the moment now we're using Vicky Thompson's. Right?
Okay, so M&H is the make of tire.
Sorry?
M&H is the make of tire.
Is the brand of tire. It's a full drag
Brand
slick.
of tire. Okay, right,
Yeah,
right.
full drag slick. Then we switched to the Vicky Thompson drag slick.
Okay.
Right? On the previous setup, it was a 8-inch circumference, but 10.5, right?
Okay.
And then on that one, it depends on the day, because Ilani will always prep the first foot, the track bite, the ready track bite down. Depends on how the track is. We'll always add a bit of extra track bite on our run. Tire pressure, I took it right down to about 0.6 bar already.
Yo.
Yeah, it helps for the load. 60-foot time is very important, and that helps tremendously. 60-foot time. It varies from car to car, varies from front wheel drive to rear wheel drive. Your weight on the car is important. The way your car squats is important. So it's each car will run a different tire pressure. You need to find that proper niche vehicle. Exactly like I know on 0.6 bar, my car perform the best. Right? As it started from 0.6 bar, when you warm it up, it normally goes to about 6.5, 6.6 bar after the burnout. And then below. And at the moment now, with a new setup, I've got it's a 32 by 14 inch, so it's 14-inch wide, right? Which is a wider tire. The power will be more, and it's going to be a new learning curve. Start off from 0.8 and see what works best. But, we won't run a higher pressure than 8 bars, definitely. We'll probably drop 0.7, 0.6 again, depending on the track, depending on how the car reacts to it.
Yes, interesting. Brian, did you cover the tires already? Did I speak to you about the tires? No.
No, not yet.
Okay. Tire
we normally start with like 1 bar. We normally start with like 1 bar, and we end up like 0.6, 0.7. At the time, my car had 26 by 10.5 15s on. My car is 29.5 by 13.5s on now. So we'll see what happens when we go up to P.
Okay, so tire pressures does play a very important role, like in most other forms of racing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay. Seraaj, cost of tires. What is your biggest cost on race day? Fuel, tires, track bike, or the brine meat?
Look, that's a nice part. When I started supporting this team, I retired racing my car.
Okay.
So I save a lot there. but on the day, it should only cost tire, as long as we keep it conservative. It's tires and fuel.
Okay.
Now and then the guys would want to push it, then there's gonna be collateral damage, a prop or a turf or something. But I mean that's out of our hands.
Yes, that's right.
Or a slipping clutch. A slipping clutch.
So I try to keep it conservative. Boris's car is might turn down a lot. He gets half hour in the morning because he only wakes up in the afternoon. So we turn it up as the day goes on.
Okay. Okay, so obviously, I mean, if you guys don't want to say what it cost you to run your cars, it's fine, because if your wives are there or whatever. But Adrian, more or less on a race day, what does it cost you?
Yeah, to go to Saldanha for the day. Yeah, bro. It easily cost me 8 to 9,000 rand for the day.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's fuel, it's a trailer, it's the car. It's pulling the trailer, it's fuel in your car, it's tuning, it's gate fee, it's lunch, it's
Hectic. Okay.
En allemaal ander losse wat ek moet betaal.
Sorry?
Sê weer?
En allemaal ander losse wat ek nog moet betaal.
Wat vat mos die kinders saam?
Ishmael, for you, what does it cost you on race day more or less?
Like to go to PE, 10, 12 grand.
Okay, you only race in PE.
Most of all now.
Okay.
Because there's nothing going on in Killarney.
Ay. Nog 'n storie. Sê maar niks aan nie. Tola, for you, what does it cost for you on race day more or less?
Look, away event will always cost you more, right? The fuel and all that. Okay, I used to be lucky. I was sponsored by Speed and Sound, so they used to cover my traveling expenses, the accommodation and all that. At Killarney, it's like fuel, 50 liters of fuel. One, two. I normally take out membership, WP membership. So I'll save on the NP. So I say for me, it's probably used to cost about 1.6. That's including your food, of course.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So that's a local race at Killarney, obviously.
Yeah.
And Brian?
It doesn't really matter. If you want to race, you need to cover whatever you need to cover if you want to race.
Okay, cool.
And
that makes sense. And and a lot of food.
A lot of food, yeah. A lot of food.
Byron?
Enough to feed the whole army.
Food is important, we must. Bro. Yes, food is important. I agree.
Very important. Actually, on that subject,
I'm working to get some kind of sponsor this year where traveling is concerned.
Oh, brilliant.
Because we will be trying to race in PE more this year because besides any other issues like Brian's car, Tola's car, Herman's car, the exit speeds are becoming very fast. So we're going 250, 260 on the 400 and me standing on the line. Sometimes if they hook third gear, I turn my back on them and I walk away because I don't want to see what's happening down there. I know the braking distance is short. So it's a bit of a worry on Killarney for them going forward. So we need to look at that.
So is the braking distance at Scribanti longer?
The track is much safer. It's much straighter. I didn't go down there full ball with a drag car. Tola went, Brian, Ishmael, they went down there. But the track is safer where braking distance concerned.
Okay, because it's I understand what you're saying. Byron, can you just address the questions from TPDZ, please?
Okay, I saw there was a question over here. Who is this mysterious booty we hear of taking Dakar already on the track? I think Carlos has put that one up. Who is this mysterious booty?
Can anybody comment on that?
I think they're talking about my son because he's been driving the Super on Saldana now and then, and he's actually been doing well with the car, and they call him Booty.
Okay.
All right.
The Stig.
Okay.
I think it's a nice one from Adnan Daniels earlier on. I snippeted it earlier on, and it's actually addressed to Seraaj, but I guess everybody can also have a go at this one. And it says, Seraaj, what is your opinion of Blue Arc ECU?
I don't use it because I don't know it, so I haven't experienced it before.
Well,
okay, that answers Adnan's question.
Anybody else comment on that?
Yeah.
It's not popular in Cape Town, so not many people will be able to really comment on it.
Okay.
If you say arc, nowhere had the arc.
Nowhere had the arc, yeah.
So that I mean to say, I was good man.
Oh my word.
Let me give you a chance.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Blue arc systems, everybody's making cool spade cut over to why. It might be a good system, we don't know. But the guys promoting the system, that's the system.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not marketing the system very well. Now, that's where the problem comes in. Everybody is chiming in and having a go at Blue Arc. Just because of the way it's been marketed. It might be a good system.
Yeah, you never know. It might be a good system. Yeah, but
and the Lord said to Noah, if you build it, they will come. So ons weet nie wat iemand gekom na sy af toe nie.
Oh my God, Adrian. Now Adrian's in his comfort zone, I can see. I just want to ask Kyle to play the video. He's got a video there as well. Before we end off with the final question. Hey!
Leading low, the black line behind you, 160 good 7.5 seconds. Locked the tire up there and he crossed the line with a time of 11.6. Yes.
Brian, it's your car. I can see it. It's fast.
Yeah, that was the test after we fitted the Ford 9-inch diff, big tires, and all of that stuff.
Okay. So somebody on their resume asked to explain the difference between fast and quick. I'm not sure if it was Adrian. I don't know if Adrian asked.
I asked that question. I said I'm going to bring that question up.
Yes, please do. Yeah. Okay.
Because I think the spectators got a big misconception between what is fast and what is quick.
Okay, so what's the difference?
So a quick car is a car like Herman's car that can cover a 400 meters in 8 seconds. Right? And then you get a fast car that can cover, like say for my car, for instance, that can cover a kilometer at a fast speed. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So there's difference between a quick car and a fast car. You understand?
Yes.
But what Seraaj is doing with the cars now, they slowly gonna soon do even higher speeds. They're gonna be starting around 800 meter speeds on 400 meters. And I'm hoping maybe Tola's gonna go in that region.
Oh my word!
Quick bang.
Because it's like 260, right? So 8.6 is quick and 260 is fast. So it's a
quick and a fast car. Yeah,
exactly.
So it's quick fast.
Okay.
Quick fast.
Amazing.
So we expecting to go in the 260s now with Tola's car, Bahrain's car. And that's what's my worry with the stopping distance on Killarney. So
you took it on the 400 meters, 260.
On the 400, yes.
From 0 to 400, 260 k's. That's, I don't know, what do you call that? Quick fast.
Amen.
Yeah.
Quick fast.
Yeah. So what brakes do you guys use?
That's a nice thing about the drag car. I try not to let the guys go too big with the brakes. Rather put double shoots on and you're covered. Because the shoot really stops the car a lot.
Okay, so is the shoot more than the brakes that stops the car? Well, should both stop the car, but I mean, the shoot breaks the speed.
Yeah.
In my case, I just use my safety boots.
So guys, tell us about the shoot. I mean, you never see a car. How does these things work? Do you activate it manually, or does it automatically activate whatever? How does it work? Let's start with, I don't know, Tola.
Okay, the chute activated manually. It's cable operated.
Okay.
So basically, you have a lever with the cable running through to the chute into the loop. So you push the lever, it pulls the cable out of the loop, and the parachute pops out the spring, and then it deploys. Yeah.
Okay. So your car, you have a chute on your car as well, obviously.
Yeah.
And then you so Ishmael, you also have a chute. Ishmael?
Ishmael? No, I don't have a chute on.
Not fast enough yet.
Yeah, because no, I was just a bit concerned because your car is a road car. So you take your lighties to school, and when you stop at the front of the school, you pull out the chute. So I was just a bit worried about that as far as that is concerned.
You've got 4 ports on in front.
You got 4 ports from the D4D.
Toyota Hilux.
Hilux. You got it from the Toyota Hilux, the Bakkie, the D4D.
No, it's Brembo's.
Oh, Brembo's. Okay, cool. So it's 4-pot calipers in front. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And your back brake?
Let me just jump in here quickly, if you get a moment, right?
Okay.
At Killarney, right? If your car is, if you're doing 9 seconds, or if your car is capable of doing 9 seconds,
Right.
you shoot. Right.
Okay.
Right. That's one of the regs. You need to shoot. Or if your car does 230 of the exit speed, or is capable of doing 230, then a parachute becomes mandatory. Right.
Oh, okay.
If you do an exit speed of 260,
right.
then 2 parachutes are mandatory. That's how it
2
works.
parachutes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
the speed is higher. That's why you'll see Herman's car will have 2 parachutes on because they
Okay.
clock 60s already.
Okay. Oh my word.
That's the
Interesting
way it
concept,
works. Yeah.
eh?
Yeah, so
Okay.
with Boris, it's a full street car. So he's not doing 9 seconds and he's not on 230 kilometers an hour yet. So he doesn't need a parachute.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Adrian on the Adrian Walid. Oh, Walid is back here. I see. Do you guys use shoots on the high ends as well, the top end runs?
No, like I said, I just put on my safety boots.
No, but because you have enough time to stop your car, I would assume.
Yes, there's
Yeah,
enough.
On ODI, there's enough, and I didn't really experience any problems on Saldana because the brakes of those cars are pretty much good. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. When you say at ODI, which is at Tarleton?
No, it's up in Pretoria.
Okay, is ODI the name of the place?
Yep, that's correct.
Oh, okay. Okay, Byron, any questions before we okay, sorry, Carl, has Carl got a video still there, or is it another video? Do you still have a video, Carl?
No, we're done. No more videos.
No more videos? Okay, so let's get to Byron.
Others are too low resolution to show you. You're going to see nothing. It's just going to pixel it.
Okay, no problem. But Byron, one more question before we log off here and
well, one that has come through now is question to tuners. Why are there no drag rotary engines running in Cape Town?
Yeah. Because if it breaks, it's so much money.
I think that's a good answer to that one.
It's an acquired taste. The rotary motors is an acquired taste. So there's very few guys using them, and the big boys in the game is all in Joburg. So there's nobody in Cape Town. So it means carting a car up and down to Joburg to have it worked and tuned and everything. So the guys pretty much just replace the motors.
So what I understand is an oil seal, they are particularly difficult when it comes to the oil seals. That's what I've always...
Yeah, the apex seals
I'm not an expert on
tuning is totally different. If you get the tuning wrong, the motor's gone.
Oh my word.
Makes sense.
And it not even rhymes. If you get the tuning wrong, the motor's gone. Oh, that's actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Beautiful sound, but high maintenance. There we go.
Absolutely. So I just want to thank the viewers for on YouTube and all the social media platforms and Facebook and whatever other platforms that we we broadcast on. And push the subscribe button on YouTube because there's some really interesting programs coming up in the next few weeks. So Byron, to end off, you have any more questions, Byron? Anybody want to say anything before we end off? I have one question for everybody before we end off. Okay. How do we take motorsport to the next level? Make it better and bigger and more fun and more exciting. Let's start off with Seraaj. We'll go in that order because he's the eldest. He's the tuner.
Look, for me, it's simple. Our short-term solution, our long-term solution, we need a strip. We're at the point now where in the back of my mind, we're improving all the time, but I know we're going nowhere with our strip. We're already making enough horsepower, everything but the track can't handle the cars. So that is our way forward. I think that's why the away trips are going to play a bigger role in this year's racing, but that is our shortcoming here in Cape Town.
Okay. Yeah, because I assume that Killarney is not a dedicated drag strip. I mean, it's a circuit. So it was never designed to be a dedicated drag strip. Am I correct?
Yeah, yes, you're correct. And a lot of times we hard on them, telling them this and that about the track, but we forget it's actually not a drag strip. They can't change that thing to make it a drag strip with the land and everything is there. So we need to look at other venues, and Hence why we're going to PE often, and I'm hoping to take the guys to Durban later the year.
Okay, so maybe it's a good start. Maybe we can all start looking at a dedicated drag strip somewhere. I mean, there's a lot of, there's 7,000 drag cars in Cape Town as compared to 50 drifters. Have you realized that? I think the drags are the most amount of cars. And I'm thinking, I'm talking about strip to strip, robot to robot, and MSA drags, 7,000. So I'm sure if we get 7,000 people together, that's besides the spectators, the people that like the drags, and we all do a little bit, I'm sure you guys can soon get a dedicated drag strip somewhere that's dedicated to drags.
Honestly, it's been many years now, and I'm at the point where I'm tired of fighting that battle. Since they closed Wingfield, we already fighting that battle, and I don't know. You're gonna have that 7,000 guys, and you're gonna have one signature on a piece of paper standing in the way. So I'll leave that battle to other people. There's corporates fighting for it, so we leave that to them. We just want the strip to race on.
Yeah, we just want to drive, man. We just want to drive. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
This is the problem what my colored means is, hulle staan net samen op 'n foto. As die foto klaar gevat is, dan gaan Jackie en hulle eie way. Hulle staan nie samen elkaar nie. Dit is die problem wat ek het met coloreds.
It is so profound. It's so true. It's so true. Brian, your view, Brian?
Man, we just want to race, man. So if we get a better premises, then it will be better for us.
Yeah. Walid?
If we get a venue, we need management with transparency, plain and simple.
Okay.
That's the way forward.
Ishmael?
A strip is all we need. That's all.
Well, I can organize a stripper, but I can't organize a strip.
Okay, we'll do that in a meanwhile.
But unfortunately, it's not a top 10 stripper. It's a quarter-mile stripper now. I'm talking nonsense. I'm talking absolute nonsense now. Tola, we discussed this last week. Yes, like I said, Seraaj said the same thing. Killarney is not a dedicated, it was never designed to be a drag strip. So we can't put too much pressure on Killarney. But what other options are there? I mean, Saldanha, can it be used as a full-on quarter-mile, like as a strip for drags or what?
Look, you can't say it can't be used, right? But the surface is not ideal for a drag strip.
Okay.
Yeah. So it will have to be resurfaced to make it ideal for a drag strip.
Okay.
Right. Look, Killarney isn't a dedicated drag strip, right? It's a circuit before it's a drag strip. So they've been accommodating drags all the years.
Right.
But they've been doing it all the years, right? So I can't see, with all the money that they're making with the drags, I mean, they pull crowds. Okay, we take COVID out of the way. That's an exception, right? The numbers that they get through the gates is always a hell of a lot of spectators. So they do make money with drags.
Yeah.
I can't see why they can't upgrade the track for the drag course. Right? We know it will never be the perfect drag strip, but at least do improvements. No upgrade.
How would the upgrades be? What would you suggest?
The little bumps in the track, right? They fixed it, but the years are going by and it's just becoming worse and worse and worse.
Okay.
Right? Because the bumps unsettles the car big time.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, be more accommodating to the drag races.
Amen.
Don't the attitude that they've got, take it or leave it. That attitude they have to get rid of. Right?
Okay.
Let's be honest. As much as Killarney needs circuit races, they need the drag races as well, because drag races bring right. Have to take out club membership, right? So if they're gonna tell the drag races to hell with you, go your own way, make your own track, whatever, they're gonna be losing a hell of a lot of money. Right? The same with the street to strip, robot to robot. Robot to robot was funded by the lotto. They've got there's no other way. They've got to lose a lot of money as far as that is concerned, that they hosted every Wednesday night.
Right.
So it's really easy for them to say, take it or leave it. But hindsight, they know that they're going to be losing out big time.
Yeah.
So yeah, look.
Yeah, so it's what's a difficult situation now with COVID. Also, no spectators are allowed, so there's no gate entry as well. There's no money coming from the gate.
No, agreed. That's why I said take COVID out of the way. Right?
Yeah.
COVID,
it will come back.
Yeah.
Whoa, don't even get us started on race entries. Entry prices.
As well, you said we need transparency. Look, coming on with drag for years already. I've been on the committee as well. To be honest, look, I want to play this way.
Right.
We were here for the color of our skin, nothing else. Right? Because things decided in the committee, the chairman takes it further, then from there it must go to Exco, whichever car, and further. And then whatever you decided in that meeting is just falls upon deaf ears. They come back with the answer. Look at it this way or the highway. It's been like that all the years. So that's why we need somebody. Okay, it's going to take a hell of a lot of money to get a dedicated drag strip, and that's the only thing that the sport is going to go forward and flourish. Look at Joburg. There's so many dedicated drag strips. You've converted airfields. That is just for drags. And I mean, it's flourishing all over. In Joburg, you can race every second week if you want to. Every week if you want. They've got from 8 mile court, 2/4 mile racing to top end racing. That we need something like Cape Town. Because to be honest, spectator-wise, Joburg doesn't even pull the crowds like Cape Town is pull the crowds.
Yeah,
definitely. So the way forward is a dedicated drag strip.
Okay, so there's something we got to work on there as far as the drag community is concerned. Well, as far as motorsport is concerned, getting a dedicated drag strip, or maybe having some meetings with Killarney to upgrade the current venue and stuff like that. Anyhow, guys, it was an awesome show. I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart, and Byron, I would say the same thing, for spending the time on the show. And I can tell you guys, in future, I spoke to Seraaj already. We want to get Seraaj back on the show. As well as you said, Herman Mostert and Saki, and you mentioned somebody else. I can't remember.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Saki about it today. He had a laugh. He said it will be fun.
Yes, and so Saki, you, Herman, and somebody else. Okay, I don't know Zahir too well. He's from Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So maybe that's for the future for the guys. And just on a Gymkhana note, we have been allocated at least 6 dates for 2021 for Gymkhana. So we're going to start in February with that. And you know what? If you guys, I would love you guys to come and, well, you can't come and watch because there's no spectators allowed as per COVID. But if you guys have a car that is able to drive a Gymkhana, I mean, I don't expect Tola's car to come and drive a Gymkhana, but maybe you guys have.
We can hire a car.
Yeah, well, yeah, who knows? Whatever you guys want to do, you guys are always welcome at the Gymkhana to come and have some fun. It's a different ball game, trust me, but it's lekker. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to keep in touch, and I'm going to talk to you, Seraaj, soon about getting the other guys on the chat, and we're purely going to talk about tuning that night, like really get into tuning, and then take it from there. So thank you very much, Byron. You want to thank everybody, and
thank you guys. Thank you for joining us.
One question.
Sure.
What are the requirements to do Gymkhana? Can you just rock up the into there? Do you need a license, an MSA license? What are the criteria?
Okay, there's no affiliation to MSA because unfortunately our club doesn't have the money to do that, so we're not affiliated to MSA, right? So you don't need a license.
No,
that's the first one. We use Killarney, the venue, because it's probably the safest venue to use. Right? We're not allowed to use a public venue anymore because of COVID, but also because the city doesn't allow it because of safety. Right? So basically what happens is you pay an entry fee, which goes directly to Killarney. The club makes no money. As the Witzenberg Motor Club, we make absolutely zilch. So that's why we bankrupt basically. Because it's right, but it's okay. It's okay. The guys want to drive. You pay an entry fee, and you allowed to come in on the entry fee. Your co-driver, which is your navigator, and 2 pit crews. Right. So
crew members. Yeah.
Pit crew members. Yeah. So that's basically, and you come there and you drive the route, whatever course is. But at the end of the day, The first rule at Gymkhana is fun. That's the first rule. There's nothing else. That's our first rule. Actually, you're there to have fun. And there's a lot of guys from different, and you can come with a road, you can come with any car. You can come with absolutely any car you can come and drive. It doesn't matter. No helmet required, nothing. Because we don't do 300 km per hour. Yeah, it's a more technical thing. It's quick, it's fast as well. There's certain section that's fast, but it's very technical. So you gotta know your story. So that's really what it is. And we're trying to keep it as easy as possible, as little red tape as possible. And by the way, if you come to Gymkhana and you're politically inclined, we don't allow you to drive. And when I say politically, you're not there to cause nonsense. If you're there to cause nonsense, you don't come and drive Gymkhana. We don't want politics in our sport, and I think neither do you guys want that.
Why I'm asking these questions is so that the viewers out there know what it is like just to come and race. So what you're basically saying, it's like a street trip. You rock up, you enter, and you do the Gymkhana.
Yeah, you enter before the time because it's for COVID. You're not allowed to do. You're not allowed to rock up. Yeah.
So if you want, I can pull up a Gymkhana video.
Yeah, do that quickly. So asking him, I'll just talk a little bit about it quickly.
Tola.
Yeah.
I think we must hijack that yellow golf of Anwar.
Kyle, this is not a Gymkhana video.
Just bear with me quickly. Sorry. Give me.
It's going to be a drift video.
So while Kyle is trying to find the video, so you enter, right? You come on the day, obviously. You get a route before the time. You get the route. Okay, here's the Gymkhana video with sound, Kyle.
M5.
Yeah, V10.
Maar hij lijkt zo op de DGT-box.
Nee, bro, die moet hulle vir Gerard Summers se broer vir my te haal uit die wier. Hulle sal Summers te wie moet vir my te haal uit die muur daar.
Okay, so you guys understand what it is. So it's an obstacle course with a car. That's a stand, well, not a standard. That's a BMW M5, a road car. So the idea with Gymkhana is that it's grassroots motorsport. So the guy will come to Gymkhana with a road car and a navigator. You drive, you enjoy yourself, and then most guys from there go to other forms of motorsport. Like they might go to drags, like full-on proper drags, like what you guys are doing, or they might go to circuit racing, or they might go to rallying, or whatever motorsport, serious motorsport. They are very dedicated guys that have got purpose-built Gymkhana cars as well. Byron is one of the guys that comes in with his stock standard Toyota 1300 TAS. Car never breaks, he's consistent, and he has a lot of fun. So I think the idea is if we integrate the motorsports, maybe I'll come with my car that I use on Gymkhana to come and drive at the drags. It won't be a fast car, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay, now obviously I don't expect Brian to come with his Mazda RX-7 or someone with a Supra, but maybe between the 5 or 6 or 7 of you, you have a car that you can come and drive, and you can bring the car and all of you can drive. Something like that. So that will be kind of an interesting scenario for sometime this year, hopefully. Yeah, so guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys on the show. I learned a lot about drags tonight, and so did Byron, and so did the viewers. And the shows will be happening every Wednesday. And I want you guys to send in your emails, send in your comments. What type of topics do you guys want us to discuss? Because that's important. It's for the people out there. And we want to grow motorsport and make it something to be reckoned with in Cape Town, guys. Thank you very much, each and every one of you. And we're definitely going to have another a part 2 to last week's show as well. Tola, you know what I'm talking about. And take it from there to the next level. So once again, thank you so much for each and every the viewers. Subscribe on the YouTube channel, and we'll catch you guys again. Motor Talk, Cape Town. Cheers, guys. Assalamu alaikum. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye.